Okay, so we are almost halfway done with every single LEGO Games Platinum trophy. I'm trying to do them all before we hit 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, and, well, we are probably gonna hit that before I finish. But if you want to make sure we do, then drop a like, subscribe right now. Anyways, LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean has a total of 41 trophies for the Platinum. It is also one of the most requested LEGO games I've gotten so far to Platinum during this challenge. The trophy list is split into the usual story trophies and then cleanup. Also, the game works with 5 different levels for each of the 4 movies. So we began by just playing through the story as you do, starting off with level 1 on the first movie, of course. This level has you play as Will Turner actually, and not Jackie Boy. This is because we are actually chasing down Jack Sparrow since he is still on the run from Amber Heard's massive turds. But after coercing a donkey into letting us ride it with nothing but a simple carrot, we found Jack just vibing nearby. Obviously, this meant we now have to try and put our sword into him, you know, as you do. And after a little sword fighting with the homies, we ended up beating him, sort of. But he really just ended up being captured again by the Brits. Typical. However, we actually decided to team up with Jack and have now got to save him from such prison that we just put him in. Now that's what I call true friendship. Which is why we had to raw dog him to get him out. Anyways, a little bit later, I ended up getting to play as Jack finally, and after getting past this simple barrel puzzle, we pretty much reached the end of the level. Once on this beach, all you do is hide under another barrel and completely defy the laws of physics, being able to breathe underwater. You then take up a little elevator, and after ziplining right here, away from our problems, you just finished the level that easy, which then popped us the first trophy for the game. However, this game doesn't give you a trophy for every level finished, instead only for the completion of the final level for each movie. So that's lame. Anyways, next level had a much more complex and annoying objective. We had to save all of these people on the top of the screen, and I honestly got super lost and confused here and there trying to do this. My extremely smart brain must have just worked too hard recently or something. That's the only explanation. But after that, you end up on a ship and get to have the first of many, and I mean many levels that are just on a ship. This one's main goal though is just fire cannons at each other. Epic. But we did have to go down and find more cannons and then fix them also. This did get annoying, I will admit it, but it ends with you battling a monkey, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought we left that in the past. Speaking of the past, we then got to cosplay as tribal people, and Jack got stranded on an island with this baddie. Now that sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest. Sadly, this island was full of puzzles that I also got confused with, and I'm starting to feel like an idiot. I did get another trophy though after what feels like hours, because it has been, but this one was just for watching a sunset. How nice. And then a few minutes later, I also used the spyglass for the first time, which is needed at various points throughout the game. And not only to spy on your mother. Anyways, I was on this island for a very long time, and I'm not sure if that's the game just trying to show me what it feels like to be stranded, but I sure was. I even got a trophy for being eaten alive by a creature. We did finally get this fire going though, which lit up the sky with smoke, and the damn Brits found us again. A fate worse than being stuck on an island. But thankfully on the next level we reached the final one for the first story, and it pretty much just had a load of fighting with this boss guy who you can only do damage to when he is not in the moonlight. This fight actually takes forever though, and it's low-key slower than I would like, and it ends with the boss man actually just dying to an apple. He must have been a doctor. We then received the trophy for the completion of the first story. God, this is gonna be a long day. Yeah. So anyways, here is story 2. Or movie 2, it's the same thing. There was a neat level where you just got to cosplay as a loose nut, or ball as the sophisticated say. Boss battle with a crocodile, or alligator. I apologize if that was racism, my bad. You know what is also bad, by the way? This level on the ship again. I hate these levels, which is sort of ironic because the game is about pirates, and the worst levels in it are always the ones where you're actually being a pirate. But before we left the ship, we also had a dance party with Davy Jones, which was sick. And then ended up in some port, which was low-key confusing, and I'm starting to think the LEGO game have made me brain dead. There was also then this level which had us stranded in some deserted wasteland thing. I honestly don't know what the hell is going on here, but I imagine this is what dehydrated people see the world as. Anyways, there was then another ship section, and I ended up eliminating 100 enemies as a matter of fact, which popped a trophy. Amazing. Also, I forgot to mention my PC crashed while I was recording the second movie story levels, and I lost a trophy pop for the completion of them, so here is that trophy in my trophy list. My apologies. I also ended up finishing the level before the final one for movie 3, and I got 3 trophies actually. First for completing the Brethren Court, I don't know what that means, but then I also got one for completing all of the guard dog levels apparently, and another after for unlocking all of the Elizabeth character token things. We did get to fight Davy Jones at the end of the third movie stories, and after we tickled him for a little bit, we won of course, which then popped us that trophy. So now we are on movie 4, which is actually the last one. Thank God, these levels are actually insanely boring.
What did he say?
So movie 4 begins with the first level having you essentially just needing to escape from London or whatever city you were in. It starts off super annoyingly with you confined in these 4 walls around you, but once getting to the outside it really begins to pick up. And you even got to indulge yourself within a horse race. Truly a classic pastime. Sadly, it ends and we are on a ship again. God, when will it end? Oh wait, it did end and we got to go on shore this time. We then got another ship level, but it was followed with a pretty cool sneaky level where we indeed did do some sneaking around this enemy camp. And then the final boss fight had us first do some dumb puzzles to get to it. But once there, it was one of the laggiest fights I've ever done in my time playing games on the good old PlayStation. I actually think Forspoken might have had better gameplay than this final fight, but it honestly puts a wrap on this game very well. So yeah, we ended up defeating both people, which is cool. And then the final story trophy popped. So now it's time to do the dredged part of this platinum and go back and replay the entire story. But this time, get all the collectibles also. God, I love this process. It's so fun. Now this channel, as you all watching may or may not know, but I don't dilly-dally around the trophies and make 40+ minute videos gathering them because that's boring. So my first trophy I got while cleaning these levels up again after was for firing 100 cannonballs. Now thanks to my poor aim, this was extremely easy and I did it while just redoing the ship level right here's objective. Anyways, a few hours later, I had done quite a few of the levels by now, but I needed more characters because I hadn't quite figured out how you actually buy them and how it works. And after figuring it out, it still sucks. The way you get characters in this game is by just finding them scattered around the open world. This is by far the worst way they have ever done that system, especially since some characters just spawn in randomly and you have to just wait for them to show up. But I did get a trophy after obtaining all of the Jack Sparrow variants. Another hour later, I also got a trophy for just using the compass to find every single secret in one go, which I was kind of surprised I didn't do this already, but I guess I was just trying to speed through the cleanup since it's so boring and I didn't always redo previously obtained compass secrets. Now you all obviously read the title and are probably wondering where the broken aspects of this game come from. Well, my friends, here's the first example. Right before finishing up all the collectibles in the levels, I had ended up on this level from movie 4. You had to shoot these 3 targets for something, obviously. And just look at this. You can't even tell me that a single one of those shots wasn't right on target. And seeing this in real time, I low-key nearly burst a blood vessel in my brain. Stars started to be seen with the amount of yelling I did. Anyways, a bit later I ended up finding some red bricks and also then had to return back to every single level all over again and get true pirate or whatever it was. This honestly took like 20 minutes because of how damn slow the load times were. I'm not sure if it's my Wi-Fi or what, but I spent more time loading into the level than I actually did playing it. Now if that isn't PS3 game streaming in a nutshell, I don't know what is.
That's what I'm saying.
And finally, I got the trophy pop for getting true pirate in every level. So now it's time to just do miscellaneous things basically. And I got a trophy for unlocking every single pirate lord character right after. And I was then desperately searching for red bricks and found some room with the custom character thing in it. Now, since every LEGO game usually has a custom character trophy, I made some weird creation right here and got a trophy for doing so. I also walked downstairs and then found the last red brick for another trophy. So now I then decided to spend my quality time not trying to find a girlfriend, oh no. I spent it just sitting around waiting for characters to walk up to me that I haven't gotten yet, which actually proved to be a good way to do it, and I unlocked all of the Queen's and Revenge crew next. I don't know what that is, but I also unlocked all of the Flying Dutchman crew characters right after. And then finally the last dude waltzed in that I needed and I got every single character in the game, which gave me 2 trophies by the way since I asked nicely. I then played the bonus level, which thank the Lord wasn't some dumbass level needing you to reach 1,000,000 studs with no multipliers, like most LEGO games. Instead, in this one, you just fight people, so that's great. So great, as a matter of fact, that once I finished it, they gave me 3 trophies. First for getting a ton of studs total, then for collecting all of the gold bricks, and finally for getting 100% completion in the game. But sadly, we aren't really close to 100% trophies because we still have many left. And the next one I went after was called Try Wearing a Corset, which may go down as the most bugged trophy I've ever seen in a video game. The objective is simple: do 5 lady backflips in a row. So I did that. In fact, I did a grand total of 79 backflips before the game finally recognized, oh wait, that trophy is a thing, and popped. I don't know what the hell kind of tracking that was, but like, bro, that is absolutely insane how horrible it is. Anyways, the next trophy I went after was for finishing the very first level in the game, Port Royal, without dying. And just so you all know, in case you try to do this platinum for yourself, you cannot use red bricks at all on this or else it would disable the trophy. I found that out the hard way after playing it through and not receiving anything. A sad day. But I did it again and got the trophy, and then replayed the level making sure at the end to have 0 studs because that is also a trophy. I then had to go and sail every single mini kit boat. These are given after you find all the collectibles in the level. So all I did was activate one, hop in for a few seconds, hop out, and repeat until the trophy popped. There was then a weird trophy which had you play as like certain custom characters and stuff. I don't really know what it was, but here's the trophy. Oh yeah, I also hit a rogue parrot midair. Low-key, it's kind of animal cruelty, but I guess the 2010s were a different time. I then had to replay through this entire level with a boss fight that had Davy Jones at the end, just so I could jump off the highest plank they got. This was so annoying. And I also replayed the first level again because it's easy, but I did it in co-op since that was also a trophy. I then did 2 back-to-back trophies that had some of the worst counters again. First was to use every seabed character possible. These are all the characters that can't swim and just sink to the bottom. For some reason, it just wouldn't pop, and I think it was because I had maybe missed one, but it would have been really nice if the dumb developers could have, I don't know, maybe made classifications for characters instead of having them all thrown in randomly. And then the next I had to do was riding all animal types in the game, which nearly every single one is gotten from just getting collectibles, so I was dumbfounded at how I hadn't done this yet. And after 45 minutes of searching, I ended up figuring out the hard way that I didn't actually ride this snail because the collectible appears without you needing to. So that's just swell. And now we are actually almost done. Next, I got a trophy for using all of the red bricks on a level, and on the same level, I also whipped this guy over and over. It's just evil. There was then this weird trophy which had you highlight all of these skulls across the maps for each level select. These appear after you finish the game, and I don't know why they are there aside from the trophy, to be honest. So then my final trophy was actually gotten from being eaten alive by the Kraken 10 times. So yeah, there's the platinum for the LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean game, and I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the worst LEGO games I've done yet. It just sucked. Like, the graphics are bad, obviously, since it's old, which I'm not gonna complain about that, but also the broken trophies just pissed me off since I was already not having a fun time. And also, I want to let you guys know that I don't have an editor or team at all. It is just me making the videos the entire way through, and I do it by just playing all the time and being the GOAT, honestly. So to those of you out there that like to speculate what I do and how I do, just stop, you have no clue. Anyways, thanks for watching.